I'm Craig Summerall. Thanks for joining me as we continue reading Monday Morning Choices. We continue today with the persistence choice. Hang in there long enough to win. When I began my business, success did not come easily or quickly. My two partners had moved on when things got tough and did not go according to the business plan. Things were really tough. I was within weeks of giving up and returning to the more traditional corporate world. Then out of the blue, I was provided a way to sustain, grow, and prosper. As I was pondering my next career move, I received a call from a business acquaintance, Mark Layton. I had known Mark during my time at FedEx. We were not particularly close. In fact, I had not seen him in years. Today, he is my close friend and mentor. His call came at a time when I was financially broke. Mark asked me to speak at a conference his company was sponsoring in Washington, D.C. I agreed, thinking this might be the last chance to represent Cornerstone. Little did I know, this was to be a defining moment for my company. After the conference, Mark and I had several meetings that resulted in my training all of Mark's managers worldwide, sustaining my business long enough to gain the traction I needed to move forward. If I created a list of 100 people I thought might have that kind of impact on my life and my business, Mark Layton might not have made my list. However, I believe that divine intervention occurred at that time and place in my life. Many people quit right before they cross the finish line. Paul Harvey said, "If there is one common denominator of men who the world calls successful, it is this: they get up when they fall down." Your courage is ultimately measured by how much it takes to discourage you. Make a decision. There are many times when you have given it your best, the debts are high and the income is low, and you are faced with this decision. Do I continue, or is it best to let go of the dream? Only you can answer that question. Ralph Waldo Emerson provided great advice for those at the crossroads of continuing or letting go of their dreams. He wrote in Self-Reliance, "Trust thyself. Every heart vibrates to that iron string. Accept the place the divine providence has found for you. Nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind. What I must do is all that concerns me, not what people think." This rule, equally arduous in actual and intellectual life, may serve for the whole distinction between greatness and meanness. If your answer is to stay the course, run the race. If your answer is to let go of the dream, have the courage to make that decision. Don't straddle the fence. Pass go, collect $200 or more. Charles Parker loved playing games and included obstacles in many of the games he made up. While only a teenager, he invented his first game, banking, at age 16. In 1883, he decided to publish it. Turned down by 2 publishers, Parker was undaunted. When many would have given up and pursued other endeavors, he borrowed and saved until he had $40 to print 500 sets of banking. By the end of the year, he had sold all but 24 of the games, netting $100. With his profits, he started the George S. Parker Company, and after he had convinced his brothers, Charles and Edward, to join him, Parker Brothers was born. By 1890, the company had 29 games on the market, and when they introduced Monopoly in 1935, Parker Brothers had solidified its place as the game giant all over the world. As with the strategy required to win in many of his games, Parker set an example that has taught us this lesson. You succeed only if you are persistent enough to stick it out long enough to win. Fortunately, for almost all of us, Parker viewed his early failure as a healthy and inevitable part of the process on his way to success. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and here's to your success.